I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see. Yeah, got this note. Don't know. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Let's go. We need to get to the Western Watchtower before it's too late. No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened, and if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. I don't know. Let's save us. believe it. You're Dragonborn. In the very... That's what you did, isn't it? There's only... According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training. The way the dragons. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood. Like old timers said.
I've never heard of my receptor killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons there, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their powers.
Come on. Tell us. Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know it. But I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecow. You ain't an orc.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
If you really are Dragonborn, like out of the old tales, you ought to be able to shout. Can you? Have you tried? You sure took care of that dragon. Dragonborn or not, that's good enough for me.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in. Balgraf, when he be... Gods, you are curious. I am... Oh, yes. That take your... And those are... Every... Well, not yet, anyway. I've got my eyes on you. Yes, Saran? Mind yourself in front of the Jarl, or we'll have serious problems.
That dragon not to mess with Whiterun, didn't we?
I'm glad you're on our side. I'm glad you're on our side. Go ahead. Try to shout. He's married. Did it? You killed the dragon.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth. But there must be Dragonborn. So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. The Dragonborn is said to... If you read... You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rangar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rangar, don't be so hard on Avenich.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? Better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl. and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord. Divines bless you. The only thing no doubt those graybeards have been hot. Near as I can tell, never heard of them talking to anybody before. If they really do, splendid. There's a house available right now. Wonderful. Here's the key to your new home. I'll be glad to help. And of course, now, what would you like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. I'll make... Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to... Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
We have seen the Lost World, yeah, but it's only one T-Rex running around. It's not what we see here, okay? And we get these subplots that are stupid. This film is so fucking stupid, but it goes into the territory of just wish fulfillment. All right, we got these freaking tree huggers here wanting to save the fucking dinosaurs when they should just die. Let them die on the island. God didn't create these creatures. Man created these creatures. And now God's trying to correct your mistake by blowing up the volcano that you've seen in the trailer. And the whole film is, should we save the dinosaurs? Okay, let's save the dinosaurs. But the team they bring in to save the dinosaurs, ill-equipped, stupid, just stupid setup. How the fuck do they fit all up on this tiny-ass ship? Whatever, fine. And then we get to see capitalists and then this whole fucking no, but okay, but you we'll try to stay away from that stuff. But basically, you get a little bit of revenge film up in here somewhere, which is kind of enjoyable, but they kind of even fucked at it. Like you don't really get a big payoff there either. So this is
what would you have me do, brother?
What I did like is when they took something that was really important to my childhood, and then they stepped up over again. And then there were scenes where they didn't have any like gravity or weight or depth. But they
the Jarl has appointed me to be your house, Carl. It's an honor to serve you.
They're trying to go like, oh, remember? No,
the Jarl, the title of Thane is an honor. As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
The magic is gone.
Lead the way.
Whenever they see the Brontosaurus for the first time, it did not have the same charm like it did.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
That's another iconic scene from it, and this one did it the best.
Isn't that weird, Joe? That the CGI was worse, and you don't really believe it as much as in this film.
Had more impact. And this stampede that had
Still here.
I was like, the other one did it better.
Exactly.
The T-Rex, you see it on the trailer. He saves the day. You see it on the other film.
No, they've repeated the whole dinosaurs come in last minute to say, oh my gosh, anytime a character's like, here comes a fucking dinosaur to save the day. It doesn't matter what dinosaur it is, they're gonna take a fucking Stegosaurus, fucking Raptor, fucking T-Rex, fucking, it doesn't matter. The dinosaur's gonna show up. You know what? If they had set up that the dinosaurs have human brains and they are characters themselves, then yeah, it would have made sense. But it doesn't make sense here. And in fact, what pisses me off about this film is dinosaurs are like the most ignored or kind of boring part to it, or they don't focus on them. It's more about the fucking tree huggers and the capitalists and the fucking rich people and focus on everything you don't want to see. Right, and then we get the hybrids. We get another hybrid. Can we not just do spoilers? I can't help it. I can't help it. It's there is no reason for this thing to exist because, like I said, it's taken every cliche it's mixing it
They
together.
gotta weaponize dinosaurs because that went so well last time.
And it's not really a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler because that's the whole first fucking film, and now you're repeating the same shit.
It makes no sense.
And it still makes no sense. In fact, it makes less sense this time around. Alright, anyways, so what else do we want to say in the review portion of the film? So, average acting, I mean, they just weren't given much to work with.
Garbage.
Bryce Dallas Howard, I can't believe how fucking beautiful and cute she is and how awesome she is, and I didn't even know this, but she's the daughter of Ron Howard? Yeah. No way! How does Ron Howard make this?
You lead, I'll follow.
Alright, but I love her. I want to see her in... Oh, man, redhead. Anyways, it's totally sidetracked now. Alright, but I'll say that she did a good job in the film, and not just because she's beautiful.
It's a shame, isn't it?
They tried to... Her and Chris have some chemistry in the film, but they kind of repeating the same shit that they did in the first one. And then they sort of reset their relationship, and you gotta go through it all over again. And yet again, they leave it kind of open-ended, and it's like, God, what? Can we get some arcs? Are there arcs? Can we get some characters?
It was terrible.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in spoilers. Okay, so what else?
The cinematography was great. There's some.
Yeah.
CGI too.
The director. So actually, I agree with that. Some CGI was really good. They did a good mixture of practical with the CGI, but sometimes, yeah, you're right.
There was a lot of CGI and very little practical.
Yeah, there was only one practical effect. I want to take that back. What I meant to say was there was a good practical effect with the T-Rex inside of a small cage, and you're in this really claustrophobic thing, and I liked that scene, and that had practical. But yeah, what I was going to say is that the CGI was really great in some scenes, and not so good in others. Yeah. Not so good. Almost worse than the
They use different CG, like different development houses to render different things. And there's big scenes that they use like ILM for everything.
Yeah.
And then there's like, well, you render that dinosaur in the background.
It's a shame because there's no smart dialogue, no smart writing, no magic left. The dinosaurs are kind of pushed into the back, and it's more about you can actually dinosaurs.
I've got your back.
No.
I'm at your command.
Oh yeah, but that hurt my heart, and that was cheap, and I was like, fuck you, movie, just fuck you, movie. Let him swim. All right, anyways. All right, so let's give a final fucking verdict so we can get to the damn spoilers and talk shit about the film because it's already been out for years in the UK. So final verdict. We'll start with other Joe this time.
So, final verdict. I did not like the side characters. They were annoying. The acting of Bryce and Chris is fine. It's fine.
Side characters. What's that one guy always plays a villain?
I love it.
Weird looking guy always
He was
plays
Buffalo Bill. Like the second he showed up. Yeah, the second he showed up, I was like, he's gonna be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Yeah.
It was. It just lost the feeling every time I think of Jurassic Park. I lost that feeling.
Yeah, okay.
This is amazing. I want to see this again. I did not enjoy this at all, unfortunately. I'm going to give this a 4.
Ooh, below average. God damn, I don't even remember what you rated the first one. Alright, so 4 out of 10. What about this show?
Humor.
I work for Bellafoot, a general goods store.
Yeah, you're right. The jokes were the
Ripe
best.
fruit and fresh vegetables for
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of it.
What if I actually did?
Even
What if
you
they
are
took
now.
the Jurassic Park name off it, and this wasn't a Jurassic Park film? This is just another franchise not a franchise, called franchise. This is just a film that wanted to do dinosaurs. That wanted to do humans and dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah, you're okay. Okay.
I'd have to agree with him. I think this movie was like very, very average. I think it started out as a 5, and there were some things going for it. Like there were some the scenes that I really enjoyed. some of the characters I liked. There was also some like just absolutely ridiculous things. There was some pandering.
There's a lot of suspension of disbelief.
When the Empire surrendered to the
You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
And even then, we
A citizen of Win... It seems that a predator has invaded their home, and someone needs to clear the beast out.
They tried to get
I knew we could count on you. Get it taken care of right away. Nobody wants an animal left roaming around in their place. Do you have guidance for me, Harper? I'll show you what I know.
The velociraptor, I'm trying to shut the door, and I didn't care because I like.
Let's
no
not
one,
waste
there's
any
no
time.
consequence for anyone in this movie at any time.
You're looking at a real warrior.
Anyone who's a main character.
At least I used to be.
Friends like you are hard
We
to
Grey Maids have been feuding with the battle boards for years.
Because this is not an average. This is not an average.
No more bitter
Like,
enemy
they
than
had
an
a lot of
old
things going
friend.
for it. They put a lot of money into it, and it just the market doesn't get out.
It's sad to see this happen to the Jurassic Park license. You could definitely tell. Look, I know Joe's a mega fan. I'm a mega fan.
My favorite drink.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Aren't you already running a job for Ayala? Come talk to me when you're through. Let's not waste any time.
You're the one in charge.
Let's get going.
Fine.
I understand.
But this
Let's go.
Let's get going.
It's more. I
Of course.
appreciate it more as a creature.
Lead on, then.
As a monster film. Because that's what basically the last half of it is. Not even the last half. It's like the last
One day when you and I are
Yeah,
so
okay.
The Dinosaurs with Cage is literally like the entire film.
And another thing it really stinks of, we want to not just do a trilogy, we want to do a post-apocalyptic world for 6, 7, 8, 9.
Who would love if there's like an apocalyptic thing where like the dinosaurs kill everybody and we don't have to see.
Well, so you just finally brought up the one positive, and my final verdict is going to be a 6 out of 10. Much better than these guys, and that's only because I'm looking at the film in a completely different way. Don't expect it to recapture my childhood. And I wanted to do something different. It did something different. I can't call it different. I can call it they went full on in a direction that they've teased many times over in this franchise. They went full on in that direction, and now they've opened it up. And whereas Star Wars Last Jedi made me like, I don't really give a shit about the next film and how it's going to conclude. The way this ends, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll see some of what, we'll see something. Oh, we got to talk about it in spoilers, all right? So we'll see something interesting in the next one. You can go wild. Because this is going to be a trilogy. It's a planned trilogy. 2021. We actually have to wait 3 years for the next bad film.
We have to wait 3 years. Maybe this one it'll be like.
You need something? Talk to my husband, Vantis Lorius. Or just Lorius.
I thought we talked enough. Unless you've reconsidered my offer. That's Cicero.
Final
It's
verdict
sorted.
is 6 out of 10, which for me ties the original. I thought the original was very cool in certain aspects.
Yes, you're right.
But
Look,
this one, I think it was well
thanks.
directed.
I'm sorry for my unneighborly reaction. If you talk to Cicero, you be sure to tell him I'll be down to help soon.
The movie was not very good, but for me it was slightly above average because I was like, you know what, you're going in an interesting direction. But there are so many subplots that they completely just kind of ignore. They drop this bomb about a character and then they just move on. So maybe I should bring it down to a 5. But I just don't want this. Yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't like the first one, and I liked moments of this one better than the first one, Jurassic World. So I'm gonna leave it at 6 out of 10. We're going to the fucking spoilers so I can talk about it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Shop from over 5,000 vehicles in one location at RayScomeandCars.com. At RayScomeandCars.com, we make it easy for you to find what
Here for your troubles.
crossovers, and SUVs. New
Gold.
and used, all with high
Coins
quality
for your kind deed. And
Search by make
thank you
Buy
again.
confidence from the dealers that sold over 24,000 new and used vehicles in 2017. Ray Skillman Automotive. 12 brands, 17 locations, or at RayScomeandCars.com.
Get Spectrum Mobile with our unlimited data plan, $45 a line, with no taxes and fees and one low price for every line. Switch now and save up to 40% on your wireless bill. Get our unlimited data plan for $45 a line on every line. Click to learn more.
guys, welcome to the spoiler section. So maybe it does deserve a 5. They have this granddaughter character, okay? Hammond had a business partner who disagreed with him, and they've had a falling out, but yet he still has the Amber thing, and I don't know where he comes from. Maybe he was in the first film. I don't remember this guy in the first film, but he's this rich dude who selects a successor to spend his money, and this successor is what I was talking about. The capitalist, and he wants to make the money, and he wants to sell the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are going to die on the island. Let's go rescue them. So they show up with a team. Of course, the team betrays the characters we know. All they wanted was the tracker. Get them all in a boat, then they try to sell them off hunting style to rich people from Russia.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Oh, most. This is the College of Winterhold. I am here. And if, the more important question is,
why
are
first I
you
thought that the old grandpa dude was actually
forgive me.
evil as well, and that's why he got separated from Hammond. But no, it turns out he was. But see, that was weak as fuck. Seriously, you don't know what he's doing at all? No.
Here you're getting a whole bunch of dinosaurs in a boat. You're trying to transport them into some
Another island that they said.
So did you not know all the construction that was going on underneath his house?
The Greybeards have summoned the dragon.
It's really loud. So under his house, he's got this fucking complex that can house a certain amount of dinosaurs. Doesn't know about. And all the rich people show up, and yeah, but God damn it. So anyway, this daughter character, the granddaughter, turns out to be a dinosaur. No, that would have been fucking stupid. I've heard rumors that Plan Sequels was gonna cross human DNA with dinosaur. I'm glad they never did that. But no, they just dropped this thing that she's a fucking clone.
He's perfected human cloning, and instead of doing anything with it and telling anyone about it, he's done nothing.
And then the movie just kind of moves on from that. Oh my God, here comes the dinosaur.
But now there's an orphan kid, and then there's two. That's how all movies work.
No legal.
If she's got hundreds of millions of dollars, I mean,
I'll put that there, you know. Going to, yeah, so. They weaponize the raptor. They take Blue's DNA, combine it with Indo-Rex from the first film, make Indo-Rex smaller, less deadly, less intelligent, less weaponized, but it's in a smaller form, so...
But it takes orders.
So, raptor... Oh, it takes orders from a gun where you point a laser and it goes... Wee, 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 and then he'll attack whatever that thing is. So on the battlefield, how do you apply that? You have to still have the fucking soldier shoot the soldier, and now that fucking thing goes crazy and kills all of the fucking soldiers.
as long as there's no things, no guns that go really far away.
Like really big pits that have to jump over, or logs that fell down in between me and the raptor, and he can't get past the log because logs are wood, Joe. The ultimate weapon.
Those just display. Those weren't even real logs.
They're styrofoam logs. He's trying to get it. They fight in this old museum display in the rich guy's house with this.
What could it mean?
Indigo
The
Rex,
return of the Dragon Ball?
Raptor.
And who among us could possibly project on it?
And,
Such
but so what I was saying is the satisfying part.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude.
Brutalized and murdered. There was a little bit more like ripping of arms off and ripping of bodies that I didn't expect. And there's a little bit of blood in the film, so I was like, yay, little monster, little monster.
Like 3 rich people died.
I know, but that's why I said they kind of fucked that up too.
Yeah, they got like there was like a headbutt dinosaur that could headbutt, which was like everybody. But the dinosaurs didn't eat any of the rich people.
Yeah, but I was exactly. That's why they fucked it up because I went to dinosaurs. There goes the Russian guy. There goes the. They always do generic people. They always have like a Russian guy, a Saudi guy, like a dude from Iran, and oh, these are all bad guys or something. I don't know. Rich people are bad guys who want to buy a Triceratops baby for their kid. But honestly, that probably would happen. Rich people have a lot of money. They ain't got nothing to spend on. But those prices for those dinosaurs, they way too fucking low. Like $5 million for a dinosaur, dude. $5 million just gonna hunt those to earn a little bit of money so that they can do their enterprise of weaponized dinosaurs. And these 11 species got released into the world, and now we're gonna have Jurassic World.
But they got chips in them, so we know they are.
Bryce is like, no, we have to let them die.
Oh, yeah.
They were basically stuck in this.
So the whole point of the film was Bryce couldn't let them die. Because you can't let these creatures die. Even though there might be a threat to humanity, we can't let them die. So she goes on into an island and then does all this bullshit to get them done. And then when they're trapped in a small room with fucking smoke coming in, she can't let them out. It's like, that's all that.
You can't let a T-Rex out.
That made no sense for her character.
No, nothing about it.
And it was really just a contrived reason. Clone girl, told me to go in there at 9. Yeah, bitch, but they don't like humans. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, bitch, you're like you won't go down there at one go.
Go ahead. You were just running around, just being chased by fucking dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah,
but now you want to let all these
and
out.
she's the first person to let them all out. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, they do this. They recreate the scene with the kids running from the raptors, just in a slightly different way with her running away from this new hybrid raptor coming after her down a hallway. And I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing movie because I saw the audience freaking out.
The guy was on mushrooms.
Then there was a chick.
She was on mushrooms too.
Yeah, they were adults and they were going crazy. So maybe I heard a girl over there. I've never heard an audience member talk like that. I was going to introduce myself to her. Like, do you want to be on the Angry Joe show? She was like, this is stupid. This part was stupid and this part was stupid. I've never heard anybody say that. Because to me, I think most of the audience enjoyed it. Yeah, from what I heard in the background, enjoyed it.
I mean, it was there. It wasn't bad. There's nothing like horrible about this movie. It's just there's nothing good about this.
But y'all gave it a 4.
Yeah, it's a below average movie.
Yeah, I give it 6 above average in the sense of the dinosaurs were,
well acted. Super good acting in the dinosaurs.
Go ahead, tell them like
it's a different.
Tell them somebody you see that almost been
So they're escaping the island, and like they all of these dinosaurs have already died, but they had this like really gratuitous shot where the brontosaurus is like running down the dock, and there's lava coming, and
he's like waving,
and it's like don't leave, and then the smoke takes over it, and it dies real slow, and I got a little bit of like Littlefoot's mom, like I just remembered, it's just like.
It pissed me off because I knew I was being played with, you know what I mean? And I didn't like it, but it still got me. I was like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'd rather them have stay in the island and try to see the dinosaurs.
That whole selling thing and like having the dinosaurs be it, like the dinosaurs were in cages in this movie for like most of the movie.
Yeah.
They had no part in it. They were just in the cage. And so it was just these evil black market people and a kid running around a house. And apparently no one works in this house. No one. This house is gigantic. And then this one nanny lady and this one evil guy. It's like this little girl's running around being a detective, and the dumbwaiter goes down to this secret compound. The ancient
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay, no, above average. You told them above average.
I should have said 5 because I just realized, you know, when the rich guys are bidding on the thing and then they unleash the dinosaur, there's literally 2 guys to guard the whole dinosaurs who are in cages that are bringing out the most dangerous dinosaurs you've ever seen. There's one guy with a gun and one guy with a fucking
let's piss it off.
Yeah, let's piss it off. Let's piss it off more. People spend more money. Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Bullets don't hurt dinosaurs except for that one time in the movie where they shot the main dinosaur in the leg and then it almost died.
Which main dinosaur?
Blue! They shot Blue in the leg once and then she's like hemorrhaging and like dying, and they spend a lot of the movie trying to get blood, and then they shoot a bunch of other dinosaurs and
No, they shoot the hybrid dinosaur, the yellow one. And that one is kind of bulletproof. Bullets fall from it.
But they shot Blue in the leg.
Yeah, I know, because Blue is not a fucking enhanced super soldier dinosaur.
Yeah, the bad guys have guns, and all these dinosaurs are running around killing the rich,
dinosaurs loose to so that fucking the tiny cameo from Jeff Goldblum, for at least literally just reading the longest dialogue and the most pretentious dialogue I've ever heard.
He had his shirt on. Like, I want him lying on the table in the Congress with that black shirt on.
Gray hairs? You want the gray hairs hanging out? Sure, I dig it. Yes, I dig it, yeah. Yeah, it would have been a much more compelling argument if they did. Oh, yeah.
Like, we have to listen to this man. Look at him.
Yeah, he's the sexy man. But, so now dinosaurs are unleashed on suburbia, and all of the evil world powers, including Russia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and all these countries, now have dinosaur DNA. And so now humans must live amongst the dinosaurs, they say. And then they show that really big fish type of dinosaur that kept eating babies in the first film. I was hoping going along with the surfer. That was in the beginning of the scene. Yeah, it was just, he just got a but none of these ones that were unleashed on the wild, they're all going to die off. There's no male, female. They're not going to reproduce.
There's supposed to be 11 of each species.
Yeah, but it's just a simple one. They don't have male, female, or anything like that. But like, he's probably going to come from that's
they have the DNA, and what they will do is they will feed to make males, females.
And so then we'll finally get the true movie that I've been waiting for. Is
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I bought the toys. So that's what they're setting up. I thought it was going to be that Jurassic Park 3. Have you ever seen that show, Dinosaurs? That's no dinosaurs. Not the baby. That's basically. Okay, good. That's a funny way. I'm going full on action way. I want to see fucking dinosaurs with lasers, fucking triceratopses with fucking missile racks, and done really well. Bash of that. So anyway, it's getting out of control, Universal. Getting a little out of control, Universal. Let's wrap it up in the third film, but that's all I'm getting. No, I want that one because I want to see the fucking dinosaur lasers. So,
these vampires are becoming a real menace.
So we waited for a post-credit scene. I looked it up, and they're like, "Yeah, there's something at the end. Don't wait for it." It's literally what Joe said: pterodactyls. They perch on the fake Eiffel Tower in Vegas. So I get, but that's it. It is 5 seconds long, and I'm trying to determine why they needed to put that in there. I guess they're hinting that the third film, everybody guys, the third film is going to be in Las Vegas. Awesome. That's what we're doing with the franchise. The most. Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to see dinosaurs kill everybody.
Las Vegas with dinosaur fever. Las Vegas with lasers and missile racks and post-apocalyptic. I wanted to jump 30 years. There you go with the baby. If this was called something else instead of Jurassic Park, I think it'd be a fucking cool idea. So give me that. That movie. Yeah, give me that. Something else. Yes. All right, but I'm hoping that that's what Jurassic World 3 is. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was way too long. We're just shooting this here with me. So, cool. Anything else?
6 out of 10, or did we get you down?
You did get me down to 5 out of 10. I think it was 5 out of 10. I did enjoy it. Probably. We pick apart all the shit. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.
on overdraft or monthly fees. Chime also helps me grow my savings automatically. My purchases are rounded up and added to my Chime savings account, helping me to save without even thinking about it. And I can even get my paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. It's banking the way it should be.
All right, hand over your valuables.
Start banking with Chime
Locked up
today
like a
at
fish.
chime.com.
And I guess that's your last request, fool.
I just wanted to show you the U.S. map. Super quick. Check it out. Once you click this video, you'll be taken to uscca.com/maps. From here, you can click on any state and get a complete breakdown of the gun laws you need to know. This resource takes complicated legal information and makes it easy to read, breaking down everything you need to know to carry legally in your state and any other state in the nation. Now, I'm not an attorney, so one of my favorite features are these legal terms.
They say if a vampire so much
Click
as
on a word,
scratches you,
and you'll get an easy to understand but accurate definition coming from a true criminal defense attorney. As someone who travels for work and has a family, this map is a must-have resource for anyone who's serious about defending their loved ones and themselves. Definitely take the time to check it out. We just got back from Independence Day Resurgence, so we're going to give you our first impressions review. Also, I'm working on the Umbrella Corps and Doom reviews. Those should be out by tomorrow night, almost done there. So hopefully you enjoy this review, and let's get right down to it. So, Independence Day, 20 years later, we finally get a sequel. Holy shit.
Not 20 years. They didn't wait until July 4th.
Oh, well, gosh darn it. Son of a bitch.
Aliens love to attack July 4th.
I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's a movie, Joe. It's a movie event, and if y'all were, those of you watching, I mean, 20 years is a long time, but I remember Independence Day. Some of you may not have an attachment to it, but I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was great. One-liners, all the lines from the movie, Bill's speech, Pullman's speech, Will Smith, Welcome to Earth, what was the other? Don't shoot that green shit at me. Just so much charisma, so much badass 90s action with it sort of started the disaster films by blowing up the White House, Super Bowl commercial. Man, basically everybody was talking about Independence Day when that shit came out, especially the dog survived. Anyways, so honestly, I didn't know what to expect. A sequel 20 years later, and so a movie that I, had very low expectations for.
Yeah, me too.
It's not going to be as good as the first. I was like, there's no way. I mean, it was a perfect storm when Roland Emmerich did Independence Day, which is arguably probably his best film. He's directing this one, returns to direct this one. And, God, how do I start this? It is... all the best bits are in the trailer. All the best bits are in the trailer. Is it...
I didn't even find them good.
Okay, Joe didn't find this movie good, okay? I think I liked it in the sense that if you turn off your brain and you're going for CGI explosions and actions, you get some of that. Maybe not as much as I wanted. Like from the trailer, I thought it was going to be full-on war constantly. And it really wasn't. There were a few battle scenes.
Like a few, yeah.
They do get some dog fighting up in there, but it lacked all of the intensity, tension,
mere coincidence.
I don't have any business with you, so get out of
Independence Day Resurgence is essentially
Independence Day all
Wonderful.
over.
Marvelous. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim?
It's certainly bigger.
Typically, a person when another person shows interest, then the two agree to be together. One of them comes to the temple. Here you are. Good luck. Mara bless you.
Dell and Joe kind of got a little excited. We were like, okay.
Of course. Right now, the best you can provide is coin. We need all. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be. Mara's. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark.
I don't know your business
getting filled with your vile embrace the teachings of the hand. I don't think there's a need for that.
Stress call from one of the ships that supposedly landed, which we never saw in the first one. One of the ships landed, I believe, in Africa. And was drilling. Now, this is bullshit. I think in the original they never intended this. The aliens just showed up in July 4th to crush our jet. Okay? They didn't come to drill, record, or fuel or anything like that. No, they just came and said, fuck you guys. And there was a lot more ominous feeling to the aliens. I don't know what it was. They were muted, they were not scary. They were really so you had a lot of what I think contributed most towards muddying of this film is several factors. One, you have humans. It's a natural extension of the story, of the original story. We've now incorporated the alien technology into our technology. I think it's really awesome, but at the same time, it takes away from that David versus Goliath thing, and it just has less impact. You know, Fox 1, Fire 2, I forget what it was. Eagle 1, Fox 2, right, with the missiles. And now, instead, you're firing the green lasers. Don't shoot that shit at me. Well, now we're shooting that shit at them, and it lacks.
I ended up if I had been smarter, I would have. This city is corrupt. Rotten to the core. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep a bit of this and a bit of that.
Practical effects, miniatures, and actually blew shit up here. You've got nothing but CGI explosions, CGI monsters, a lot of green screen, obviously all the lasers going out, so it's really difficult. But I think one of the main problems with the film is the amount of characters that they throw out. You think Warcraft has had a lot of characters to try to keep track of? Independence Day Resurgence is out of control, Joe. Well, what are some of the characters that we had to keep track of?
Dylan?
Yeah, who the fuck is Dylan?
It's Will Smith's son.
Okay, and this guy, let me go talk about him.
Terrible acting.
All right.
The script was...
Barely had anything.
Even when he did, his lines were horrible. I didn't like it at all. I didn't believe him as a hero.
And how did you feel about how they handled Will Smith's disappearance? Isn't it so weird?
Yeah,
they barely talked about it.
He died in an experimental jet test.
They didn't even fucking say that in the film.
Yes, they did. They gave one line.
One fucking line.
It's Will Smith. He deserves something else.
So I thought that maybe they'd give a little more, they got a picture on the wall as you walk into the White House, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And they'll explain it. Maybe they'll show his ship exploding and kind of make it fuzzy so that maybe there's still a way for Will Smith to come into a third film if he wanted to. He didn't die. The aliens teleported him out of the ship before he died. No, Will Smith is fucking dead. He's dead. Okay, spoilers. He's fucking dead. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that because they didn't even show it. They just mentioned it. So maybe he's not dead. He's still... Listen, if they brought back Dana's character, Mr. Spiner's character, who apparently was in he wasn't killed, even though in the first movie it looked like he died. No, he went into a coma, and he was in a coma for 20 years until just today.
What is it you see? We are devoted. Her blessings are many.
Made that tentacle connection
not to receive. Are you prepared, then, to help bring the light across this land? The village of... This, I will entreat Mara on your behalf.
So you have, there was literally like there's no, like, that's what the problem is. The best.
How may I help you, my son?
The best
Need something?
actor and character here was Jeff
You
Goldblum.
return to her benevolence
and
in
he was
safety.
sidelined for most of the film as they introduced all of these new generic characters, these young faces that they're trying to create this new franchise. You can tell so desperately that they want this Independence Day to become a 3-movie deal, a 5-movie deal, and the problem is none of these young characters, Thor's little brother, Liam Hemsworth, you know, he does all right with the material there, but, you know, he's just not enough. And Will Smith's son character, like, he completely disappears into the film. It's almost pointless. It's almost like they had to put him there, and he's just in there. There were a lot of pointless characters.
That unpleasantness at Pilgrim supposedly involved a dragon. Several soldiers.
I'll have your head. I want you to speak.
I think it was supposed to be replace that guy that always follows around. The lawyer, you know, that kind of stuff. So he was supposed to be his replacement, and he just had no character to him. I almost would prefer that guy with his annoying voice to this character. All the characters in this film are flat, and Jeff Goldblum is the only one that adds a little bit of personality to it. You know, but and this is a perfect time for him to ham it up, in my opinion. I think the first film kind of knew that it was a summer blockbuster, and it had fun with it. Yep. This film took itself real seriously. It took itself like it's serious. Yeah, like it's establishing a cinematic universe. That's not what the first one was. Oh, aliens are romantic, fight America, fuck yeah, there was a lot of America shit in it. And this one, it's all, you know, all its world, the world has come together, and there's a Chinese pilot who is super hot, and all of a sudden, one of our side characters is like, that's my wife, she's hot, I don't even know her, but she's gonna be my wife. So much cringe. And it was like, one of the
things are much better now that Grover said. I'm strong and quick.
Just like
Do anything so
not because of their acting, but because the lines they were given were so bad at times that it was just like they couldn't deliver it right. There's not a single memorable line.
Why someone like you want to hang around a place
not a
like
single
this?
one. You know the original we could quote. This one tried to come up with one line here.
I used to hate it here. Need something?
There had to have been one thing. Come on. I remember that line.
This one. I can't believe Grella is dead. Why, yes, of course. First, your name?
That's supposed to be a sweater.
What do you do for a living?
In the movie as a character dies,
Where
he
will
makes
your
a
child
joke
be
before
living?
he dies.
Very
So
well.
the
That's all I
tonality
need.
is all over
Go
the
make
place.
it. Once you've made a decision, I'll collect their
the
things and be
characters,
sure
you
to
know,
make it
from the
over to your
original, they
house.
try to balance new characters with the original cast characters. And the original, I just wanted to stay with the original characters. That's when the film is at its strongest, when you're following, you know, the previous presidents, you're following, you know, Jeff Goldblum, even his dad.
I'm sure they're
for, you know, for these characters to meet up, but they almost really don't share a lot of screen time together. They like 1 or 2 scenes, and then it's over with. Yeah. So what was that movie? I think it was Expendables 3 that like completely went off the rails and brought in all this new fresh blood, and it was focusing on the new fresh blood when the best parts of the movie were the old cast. And that's what's happening here with Independence Day Resurgence. They want to start a whole new franchise with these new characters that are uninteresting, boring, flat, and just not very fun. And the older characters are either dying off or they're sidelined for that. So
Hi there.
I gotta point out, like, one of the biggest flaws with the
Things are much better now that Grella is dead.
core concepts of the core
I'm sick
foundation
of
of this
this
story is that every country in the entire world had been working together and building up their armies for this return. And there was one base of fighters. Area 51.
I'm strong and quick.
Country was involved. Well, I think what they were trying to say is that all the countries put their technology together and their soldiers in those particular ships at Area 51. But it is a stretch. So, obviously we felt the film was weak. There wasn't a lot of the set pieces that we had from the original. I think the biggest set piece and the most impressive thing is when this huge mothership goes over the moon and reaches Earth. You know, it generates its own gravity. So you're lifting buildings, you're lifting cars, you're lifting bridges, planes, and that shit looked visually impressive. It's one of those things that it's tough for me in a movie. I'm almost overloaded, you know, and I want to almost buy the DVD, although it's not really worth the buy, just so I can see all the cool little shit in it. So yeah, it's a bargain bin thing. There's some visual treats in here, but it just doesn't justify the movie. There was one interesting aspect that this film brings up, and how do you feel about that? The third alien faction that this thing brings. Did you feel that was a strong point in this movie? You didn't like it? Okay.
I didn't either.
Why?
It was like...
I guess I'm just so in love with sci-fi. I love other alien factions. And you didn't like it. You felt like it was a Deus Ex or what?
It was extremely... It felt like it was just thrown in at the end, like, as far as, like, a plot point. And it never really...
So many subplots.
It never changed anything other than, like, the ending outcome and how they basically cheesed the final fight, which was a little bit anticlimactic. And it was clear sequel bait. Like,
that's the problem.
It was complete sequel bait.
The ending to this is so insulting and so, like, cringy. It's almost as if Brent Spiner looked directly at the camera and was like, you know, I can't wait for Independence Day 3, where we go and fight the aliens and kick their ass. That's what he says. That is the exact line.
Let's take the fight to them.
Let's go kick their ass at their home. And you know, whereas the previous film was like, oh, let's fucking fight back and, you know, America, fuck yeah. This is like, let's go and fucking continue the war and fuck them. I don't know. It's like a Starship Troopers ending without the camp and the goof that made it, okay, they'll continue fighting and they'll win. This one is just like, please let us have a sequel and we'll show you more cool CGI shit with all these flat ass characters. Honestly, if they do another Independence Day, I will have super low expectations. Because these characters are not interesting enough for us to come back. There's also the president's daughter we never talked about. She didn't seem to have a purpose in the film other than will the president die or will she sacrifice herself or will he sacrifice himself for her? But
she was dating one of the pilots.
Just so happened to be dating Thor's brother.
And there was emotional, you were supposed to feel emotional attachment. And I gotta say,
there's no emotion.
I gotta point out, like,
all the jokes too were like,
they were flat. That's what I was just gonna go for.
Like, honestly, I only heard one guy laugh.
Yeah,
like
in
the entire time he was laughing at the corny jokes. One guy. Same guy.
The only thing that made me laugh was the sweater joke.
Yeah, that's me too.
Because it was so out of left field. That's where the
dying word that was supposed to be a sweater.
And he's wearing it as a scarf. And so it's kind of funny. And that's when the film has that small, like, we're having fun with ourselves. It breaks out of its shell, its serious shell, in the most awkward moment, and then it goes back into its shell. So although as a fan of sci-fi and galactic war, I'm intrigued by the idea that the aliens actually have a rival, but honestly, knowing all of this backstory kind of takes away from
Stop right there.
it takes away from the threat of the aliens to me, and the fear that the aliens, that you know, could just crush us. Now there's another faction out there. There's a whole nother refugee planet of survivors that this third faction have collected and are training to fight back against these aliens. And I just don't know if it's going to be a pure galactic war series. Then maybe if we go into space and we get some badass space battles, I'll be on board. Yeah, I'll be on board for that. You know, capital ships fighting with fighters, a new Star Wars, but it's not going to be, because the characters here are so poor. They're all below average characters except for Jeff. And unless they bring back Will Will Smith for the next one, I don't really want to see. And it's not going to happen. Will's going to look at this and he's like,
use a drink.
Yep, I made the right decision there. So
I felt honestly the best way that it's
Fancy yourself the adventuring type, eh?
in the first
Just as
Independence Day movie,
Doubt your
you
combat
have like a
prowess
super
would
big
prove
battle,
valuable in a real
really,
battle
really
anyway.
down to the wire. You feel the tension.
everybody's at risk.
You really want, Goldblum and Will Smith to be able to survive and win and overcome. And it's like right down. They got the orchestra playing. The ship explodes. It's crashing. You see them all crashing. In this, a bomb goes off. The ship's gone, and then it flies away.
It is the stupidest resolution. And you're so right.
It's so funny.
You're telling me this intergalactic, warring race that has destroyed countless civilizations, you can beat them by killing their queen? Why, when you kill their queen, do all their ships fall out of the sky and just blow up?
And the biggest ship,
and the biggest ship, why doesn't it fall and destroy the Earth? There's got to be repercussions, by the way, of something this big coming into Earth and drilling that far into the Earth's crust when there was only like 30 seconds left before the molten core was exposed. No, it's fine. I guess our ocean's just gonna pour into the hole. I don't know. And instead of it crashing, it fucking takes off. Well, if a queen, if they mentioned that there are other harvester queens out there, if the other harvester queens can control that ship and take it so that it rejoins a fleet elsewhere, why don't they just, the harvester queens just go, okay, we'll fly, and just constantly fire at the Earth? If your point was to destroy the Earth, then why didn't you just launch all fighters and constantly shoot with all guns? Instead of drilling through them all. They wanted the fuel, dude. That's all they wanted.
They ruined the entire concept of an alien.
And they managed to put in Cloverfield Monster. They managed to make it a monster movie. I don't know how they did this, but the queen says, her ship gets blown up, and somehow the queen survives a fusion bomb in her face, right?
But then she goes like real laser shield.
And so she has her own, God damn it, Joe. That's true. And then she comes running out, and the first thing that she's concerned with is a yellow school bus of this subplot of Jeff Goldblum's dad who found a bunch of kids. And she's like,
she cannot target.
She
shoots down the fire
perfectly.
But she can't shoot the yellow fucking bus.
So as we talk more and more about this, I realize how fucking stupid this film is, and I'm going more towards Joe because let's just go to final verdicts now. So we'll start with other Joe. What were your?
Okay, so you were right the first time. This is obviously a sci-fi channel movie.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. Terrible acting, terrible scripts. CGI was pretty good.
Yes, yeah.
But all in all, the story was the same thing as the other one. So I'm gonna give this 4.
Damn! Was it a sequel that needed to be made? No. Let Independence Day rest.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And down.
I was gonna start at a higher number than after we sat and talked about it.
Yeah. You were saying 6
I was
out
gonna
of
give it
10.
a 6 originally.
I was like, why?
They were like,
The more I'm thinking
there's
about it,
so
I'm
many
like,
stupid things in here that if
the fuck, who, like, what is, I don't even, it's 5. It's a 5 for me. It's a sci-fi movie, like you said. I like Sharknado more than I like this.
I've actually never seen that movie.
You won't like Sharknado Threat, but no, it's 5.
I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's an average film, but the reason why I'm going to give it slightly above average, and I really shouldn't be doing this, but I have a bias. I have a bias towards sci-fi, and if they're saying let's go to their planet and kick some fucking ass, that means ships have to leave Earth, and we're gonna have fucking space battles or something, right? So I want to see the next film, as much of a disaster as it's going to be with these characters. I am Will Smith's son. I am Captain whatever's son, and I will fly. No, I am Thor's brother, and I will fly it.
I'm so happy to get me. Fuck you! There was so much stuff.
We can't bring that up, Joe, without explaining. So apparently, you know, Thor's brother is a hotshot pilot trying to prove himself, and he has this conflict with Will Smith's son because he ran him into a canyon wall trying to prove himself, and that kind of really goes nowhere. And then while they're about to die in the middle of battle, he's like, "Yeah, I still enjoyed punching you. Or I'm not taking that back. Yes, whatever."
Horrible dialogue.
Just terrible. It's what do you call it? Contrived.
And I have to point out.
Yes, I'm going to give it a 6, Joe, because I'm being kind to this movie. Look, I was kind to fucking Terminator 7, whatever it is now. But I'm kind of this film because they're trying to make it a sci-fi franchise, and here's another reason. Instead of doing, they did do the same thing over, but they did more Dragon battles with the aliens, which they kind of didn't really do last time. The Queen Monster thing and some of the prisoners break out and they're fighting there, but
it did detract from how ominous and scary the aliens
Shout for us, Dragonborn. Then
I gotta keep all these points. We're done better.
Right. Hey guys, first impressions. This is when we come home. I'm gonna sleep and I'm gonna be so mad at myself the next morning. What did I do? Actually, I had 3 beers at the theater, so that's probably why. I'm gonna go down to 5 out of 10. This is not a movie that you're gonna have fun with unless you're drinking beer, and unless you turn your brain off, and unless you never saw the first Independence Day. So a lot of stipulations there for you to enjoy this film. You probably want to save your money, buy a badass video game. Which, by the way, actually, now that I remember, the Independence Day tie-in video game was not all that bad. I remember going to my friend's house. I don't remember which friend it was because I never owned a PlayStation. But I remember it was on the PS4, and you got to fly F-16s, or you got to fly jets against the aliens, and it actually was kind of a fun little action game. And so a lot of people, so anytime somebody says movie tie-in games are terrible, what are the best ones? They think of GoldenEye, they think of Dark Athena, Riddick. Actually, that one's up there somewhere. Not towards the top, but the Independence Day game wasn't all that bad. If y'all played it, put your comments down there. That's it for this episode. And Independence Day is a disappointment. We went in with sort of high hopes because the trailer looked really good. Lots of battles. Came out disappointed. Not really looking to the future films unless they take it into space and bring Will Smith back.
Yeah, Will Smith. Bring him back.
Not gonna happen.
We need to rescue him.
He's busy with Deadshot, and I bet you the Suicide Squad movie's gonna be awesome. You'll be like, no thanks. Alright guys, well, we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye guys.
Do not be afraid. Your shout will not harm us. Shout at us. Let us taste of your voice. Shout for us, Dragonborn. Then we may have time for questions. Do not be afraid. Your shout will not harm us.
Hey guys, we just got back from Independence Day Resurgence, so we're going to give you our first impressions review. Also, I'm working on the Umbrella Corps and Doom reviews. Those should be out by tomorrow night. Almost done there. So hopefully you enjoy this review. Independence Day. 20 years later, we finally get a sequel. Holy shit.
Not 20 years. They didn't wait until July 4th.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Son of a bitch. Aliens love to attack July 4th.
I don't know what it is.
You love July. That's what it is.
It's almost like it's a movie, Joe. It's a movie event, and if y'all were, those of you watching, I mean, 20 years is a long time, but I remember Independence Day. Some of you may not have an attachment to it, but I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was great.